Hello, welcome to Overkill with me, Theresa Hong. Once again at the lovely Partisan downtown Maine in Merced. I have a very special guest today. I'm breaking the rules too. I'm looking straight at the camera too. RC Essig, who just so happens to be the owner of the Partisan. Thank you so much, number one, for letting us host our show here. But number two, this is the first podcast that we have done since we lost Chente. And we always knew that you were really, really big for the community and supporting, you know, just everybody around Merced. But you opened up your doors to the family and raised $2,200 toward his memorial fund. So yeah. That was absolutely...
Well, shit, all I had to do was open the door.
That's not true.
It took everybody else to do all the stuff.
That's not true. You did it. No, well, cheers to that.
Something happened. It took the community to do it. It wasn't me, but it was definitely everybody involved.
So you definitely had a huge part in it. So, yes. So thank you. So welcome, RC Essig, to Overkill. I really appreciate it. I've been dying to get you on the show.
So here I am.
Yeah, I know. He's so elusive.
Can you
see him around the bar.
I'm finally here.
No, I can't believe it because he's so elusive every time. I'm like, oh, there's RC. Hey, hug, and then he just leaves. He just disappears.
It's because I play softball on Wednesday nights.
Yes,
you know.
I know.
Gotta be there for my team.
I know. Softball. How did you get into softball? You don't strike me as a softball type.
Is there a softball type?
I don't know. That's what I'm asking.
Slow pitch softball and beer. You know. It's like, come on, if that's not, I mean, it's got to be someone's thing. I mean, it's everyone else's thing. It might as well be mine too.
What's your team called?
The Partisan Long Shots.
Ah, right on.
Yeah,
right
the first couple of seasons, you know, we were a long shot.
You were the long shot?
Yeah.
And not anymore?
No, we're still not that great. We did win a championship once.
Did you?
Yeah, we won a championship once, and we took second place once.
Right on. Congratulations.
Only once.
Hey, you know what? Once is good enough.
It could happen again.
It will happen again. No, it'll be your lucky season. I can feel it.
We'll see. We play tonight.
Awesome.
Yeah, I like baseball, softball.
Cool.
You know, Giants.
Cool. All right.
Stuff like that.
And is it like a local league? Is it
City? Yeah,
City league.
City.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I always wanted to play when I was a kid.
That's cool.
They wouldn't let me. You know. So.
Why wouldn't they let you play?
Because I was a kid.
Okay.
Yeah, it's adult City League softball.
So you wanted to, so you always wanted to be in the adult league.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, I wanted to play with the grown-ups.
I got you.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
and now here you are playing with the grown-ups. Yeah. Okay.
Quite a few of them.
Yeah. Every day.
It's my job. Play with grown-ups.
Yeah. You know, and that. Speaking of that, with the bar and everything, now you are celebrating, what has it been, 6 years? 5 years.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
So 5 years since you've taken over the Partisan. What made you decide, you know, what frickin' idea in your head made you go, I could take that over and I could make it into something great?
I gave myself a year to open up something else after the mines are shut down. And then Rudy and Cindy hit me up and said, hey, we want out, you want in? And I got my brother and my good friend Tim together, and we just bought it. I mean, there's two things, you know, every boy wants to do, or three things, I guess: play baseball, be a lumberjack, and own a bar. You know.
Really, a lumberjack too?
I heard that though.
I know, it sounded good.
I heard that somewhere. I mean, it's a manly thing to do.
That's awesome. So, was there any particular reason why Rudy approached you? Had you expressed interest in it before, or? Whenever
the mines would close down, close down for the night, I would come down here afterwards and I hung out. I've been, you know, just like a fly on the wall of like the music thing for a long time downtown, and just watching like Rudy and like Joel play over like Keani's out in like farmers market like back in the day. I would sit there and like I don't know, I would just always Rudy knew that we loved Merced and that we loved music, and he didn't want it going into the hands of anybody that, you know, was a piece of shit. And so he let us.
That's
take
awesome.
It. Yeah, so
that's awesome. Can you believe it's going on 5 years? How successful it's been?
I mean, can I believe it?
I mean, not saying like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it, but just I think Rudy ran a really cool joint. I really love and adore Rudy, but I think that you added something to it. You put
I don't think we added something to it. I think we just kind of, you know, got a house and blew it up and then rebuilt it, you know. And like the only thing left was like the walls, you know. So what Rudy had was Rudy did some cool shit. He brought a lot of badasses, a lot of like blues musicians, jazz musicians through the area, and that was really cool. And he always has done that, and he still does do that. But we've definitely changed it. We've unbuttoned the top button, and yeah.
Why did you go in that direction? Tell me about your music
it's the only
background.
Direction we know.
Okay.
You know, I mean, I like the blues. I like jazz, but I don't know. There's a piece of blues that just isn't. Blues is like you play with your gut. You know, it's like it's like a lot of it's the same shit. It's like bah bah bah, you know, and then, but it's not about like the part. It's just about how you play the part, you know. And I don't know. I like the parts. No, I like different kinds of music. It doesn't make a lot of sense.
No, it does. It does. And you've had a lot to do with, I think, blowing up the Merced music scene, especially I think for kind of the younger generation, where I don't think that they really had a venue to go to in Merced.
Well, there was the Miser, like I mean, I owned the Miser for the last year that it was open.
Okay.
And then, but before I did it, I mean, Hans and Brenda Farley, they had that place for 4 years before that. But I was working there doing shows, and but before the Miser, there was the Fatty Mocha, there was the Alano Club, and there's always been some dipshit that wants to dedicate themselves to throwing shows, and so there's always been music. I'm just another. It's another wave in the ocean,
Can you tell he's really humble? You're too damn humble.
No, I just know the truth, man. It doesn't it's not me that does anything. It's everybody else that does it. All I do is present the idea,
Are you a lifelong Mercedian? Have you been here your whole life?
Born, raised, and proud. Yeah.
Born, raised, and proud.
Yeah.
All right. What has changed since you've been a
UC,
toddler? Yeah.
As cool as it could be, it's fucked some shit up.
Yeah. Tell me about why. Why do you think that?
I don't know, man. Everybody just got this big idea, like the UC's coming, we need to. I mean, my brother's got a great song about it called "You'll See Merced," and it's what is it? You trade your ground for a pound of cash. That's a city in the UC's grasp, and it's just everybody's just like, oh, we need to, sell now, and so all these people from different areas came in and bought shit up and charged a whole bunch of money for it, and I mean, it's not the UC, it's not the students out there, it's not their fault. I mean, They're doing a great thing. They took this, this horrible fucking idea and they're making something good with it. But I went from being a kid wanting to own a house to like one that and like 2 years later being like, oh, I'm never gonna fucking own a house. How am I gonna ever afford a house in this place? That, and then there was just everything takes a long time to come to fruition,
right.
To manifest something, it takes, a lot of dreaming. And so it's these, all these people would open up these businesses, and they'd be like, because the city and everybody would be, oh, you need to open up businesses, like, just be ballsy and go forward and open this shit up. And so people would, but then the UC wouldn't come for another 3, 4, 5 years, and there was these great businesses that came around, they went belly up because it,
right.
Right. And those people lost their ass, and it wasn't their fault. They just did what they thought it was a great idea, so.
Do you think
what's changed? I think that's changed.
Yeah, I think so too. Do you think as far as you saying growing into fruition, do you think that down the line it might get a little better, or do you think that
it's getting better? You got to admit it's getting better.
Getting better
all the time. Yeah, but I mean it's just that's one thing. That's just a ripple, like bad things happen. You have to forget them, and that just happened. And now it's just we've got to concentrate on like how to make it cool. And there's a lot of cool people doing some cool things out there, and different people trying to bridge the gap, I mean, it's definitely bridged more than it was a couple of years ago.
You think so? Are you feeling that?
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah.
Good.
I don't think I don't know, the people that I hang out with that they're associated with the UC, I don't think they think we're a bunch of barbaric, town folk.
Anymore?
Just like I don't think they're a bunch of spoon-fed creepers, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
They're cool.
And that's just but that's kind of the students, or have you Have you
I think it's the idea. I have nothing against the student. The student thing was just something that came along with it.
Right.
The idea behind it, like just like, it'll make sense. You know, it was a great move from Merced, but I don't know. You got to see the future, right? You know, it's a great idea. Let's plant that seed now. But it's, you know, we're not growing a cypress. We're growing a fucking, you know, a black oak tree.
Right.
You know, this shit's gonna take some time. You know, in 100 years, we're gonna have this beautiful fucking tree. But until then, we're just gonna have this tiny little stem that's growing out of the ground that's totally fragile and can break at any moment. You know,
gotcha.
So
it's a good analogy.
You can't even break. You can't even climb that tree.
It's a good analogy. Yeah.
You can take pictures of it and watch it grow.
Yeah.
That's about it.
All right, cool. What else? What else do you think?
About what?
Change.
About change in Merced?
Yeah, I'm always interested when I talk to people who are lifelong Mercedians, you know, because I mean, I am a transplant from San Antonio. And, you know, I mean, I married a Mercedian, but I'm always interested to see other people's perspectives as far as what has changed for, you know, either the good, the bad, the neutral, you know.
Well, I mean, it's things that have changed here aren't necessarily things that haven't changed other places. I mean, that's just the way the world has changed now. I mean, the box stores pushing out the mom and pop shops, like all that's happened, you know, that's happened everywhere. Merced's nothing special when it comes to that. I think in a lot of ways we haven't changed, you know. I think there's enough diehards that are just kind of hold on to, like, I don't know, there's a lot of people that, you know, hate it, the fact that we like it being a small town, we want it to be a small town, you know.
I see that on Maine, you know. I see that on Maine.
Maine's changed a shitload, yeah.
Yeah, but I still think there's that mentality. There's still that mentality, I think, to support, you know, everybody. And
are you talking about as far as like business owners? Yeah, as far as business owners, I mean, it gets harder when, you know, people from out of town come in and are opening a business because it's a business opportunity, and they're not opening a business because they actually love this city, you know. If I'm going to go to San Francisco, I'm going to move there because I love it, and I'm going to open a business opportunity because, you know, it's a business opportunity. In Merced, it's different, man. You have to love this place. You know, you can't just, you can't just open up some fake front, you know, because people will sniff it out because, you know, yeah. But I don't know. It's changed as, I mean, there used to be more of a feeling of everybody getting along, and like there's a lot of bartering and stuff like that, and then it's changed. It's changed a little bit, you know. It's changed. There's another night place that, you know, I think it's a great place, and more the better downtown. But there's some out of town folks that are looking to make a buck on UC students, and that's not our thing, you know.
And yeah, when you said that, as far as people from here that open businesses here, I mean, obviously they love Merced and they want to be in Merced. What do you love about Merced? Why did you stay?
The reason that most people stay, because you fall into a situation where you have to, you know, and then you just realize you love it. It's the same reason people come back, you know. You just love it. I mean, you know, I can't tell you why I love music. I just love music, you know. It's Merced. I hate the summer, you know. But I mean, who doesn't hate the summer? I mean, I don't know. There's some people that really just like get off and just like, oh, I fucking love this summer. Yeah, it's the heat is just so great, you know.
No, me neither.
No, I'll take an overcast day. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's just there's something special about it, you know. Just the area too. It's not just the city. It's not like the proper or the downtown. And it's certainly not across town. You know, there's nothing spectacular about the Merced Mall, you know, at all, you know, except for it employs a bunch of people, and that's great, you know. But
so with your situation, you just the beginning, then it kind of wasn't. You didn't really have the means to get out, and then you just decided to. No, I had the means.
It was just there was opportunity here that I wanted.
Okay.
You know.
All right.
I don't like passing up opportunity. You know, a door is open, and you know, how long will that door stay open? You know. Take a door, you know, and so I just took doors and I passed other doors up, and it just so happened that the hallway that I took, you know, led to a bedroom that is Merced.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And I'll sleep here, you know.
So, and what other doors are opening up? It seems like you're always going
here?
Stuff. Yeah.
I don't know. There's something different. There's goals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
want
tell
me to talk about my goals?
What do you see? I mean, what do you see for this place? And
Merced? Or the Partisan?
No, the Partisan. And
what do I see for it?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. It depends, you know. It just depends. It's kind of, you know, one step at a time. We're doing well. I mean, not well, like we're not rolling. I don't know if you've seen the car I drive, you know, but I mean, I'm able to feed my kids, and that's all that I can ask. And so to me, that's a success, you know.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So yeah, like we're good. I mean, we're doing good, and I think we'll continue doing good as long as we have the opportunity to stay in this building. I think that we'll keep trying to, or not trying, we will continue providing some kind of platform for some kind of person to do some kind of thing, you know? Just a soapbox, that's all you can do, is offer your soapbox. Be like, here, get on this thing.
So you're giving them a soapbox?
Well, yeah, and they're giving me one at the same time, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
People come in here and they support this place, and it gives myself and my brother and Tim and everybody who works here an opportunity to kind of be part of what they want to do, you know? What
do you love most about it?
Partisan? That it's mine. And I don't have to listen to anybody. I don't want to have a boss. You know? That's what I love most about it.
Yeah, yeah. What do you hate most about it?
That it's mine. You know? Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I got you. Yeah. All right. Well, I'm going to ask you an oddball question. What does RC stand for anything, or were you?
Yeah.
Okay.
It stands for a lot of things.
What? Tell me what it really stands for.
Really stands for? I don't know. Real chubby.
Okay.
I don't know. Rapping captain, rowdy cowboy.
What? You're not going to tell me what's on your birth certificate?
No.
All right.
No. Why would I do that?
Because it's
takes
RC.
the fun out. Just think, we could
RC.
sit around and, you know, acronyms for hours and just, you know, whatever we want to do with my name, we'll just leave it that way. I don't like, my name is my name. I was named RC by my sister the day I was born.
Really?
And though it does stand for something, you know.
So your sister started calling you RC?
Yeah, it's a tradition in my family that the oldest child nicknames the other siblings that are younger.
How cool is that?
So, you know, I mean, my brother Joey, his name's not Joey, you know, my name's not RC.
Okay.
And so, yeah, my mom's name is Bingo, and my uncle's name is Herbie, you know, so it's...
And your sister's name?
Shannon.
Shannon.
She's the oldest.
Okay.
She's a badass.
All right, that's cool. Now, does she live here too, or? All right.
Yeah, she lives here.
All right. That's cool.
Yeah.
You got a great family.
I do.
Yeah.
I'm very, very lucky.
Yeah.
Very lucky. I have one of the most supportive families I think I've ever come across, for sure. Yeah. Me and my brother argue all the time, but we're brothers, whatever.
Yeah, you guys are
we get
brothers.
pissed at each other, and then we love each other, and whatever. But.
Well, I can imagine too. I mean, you know, your brother and you are both very talented people, and I'm sure that kind of, you know, just, I think just the artistic from one extreme to the other, I'm sure sometimes that just, you know.
I don't know. I think because he's my brother, I don't think about it that deep. I'm just like, oh, he's just older and he's an asshole to me, and he's like, oh, he's just younger, he's a fucking asshole. You know, we just butt heads. You know? But at the same time, we've played in two bands together, and one of the bands, I mean, lasted for like 10 years. You know, we toured across the country, and him and I have opened this place, and we did things over at the Mineser, and we've done things at the Applegate Park, and we've always done things together. We just butt heads when we do it, you know. Maybe it's good, you know, like, cause I'm a total optimist, and and I kind of just dabble. I have like one foot in like optimism, the other foot like in realism. And Joey is just the opposite, where he's got like one foot in pessimism and another foot in realism. You know, so
it's and the yin and the yang.
Yeah, and when you know, when the boxes in the ocean get in sync with each other, we make a decision.
It's beautiful.
You know, yeah.
All right, that's cool.
Yeah,
that's cool.
He's all right. He's a great songwriter. One of the best I've ever heard.
Yeah, I was. You know, I know this is about you, but when we went, it's the first time that I heard your brother play. Joey knows for the people who don't know, which I don't know who wouldn't.
Well, I mean, shit. It's not like he goes out there and plays a bunch of shows.
Yeah,
there's a lot of songwriters that hate his guts because he's so talented, but he doesn't can do anything except for record songs in his living room and then put them on the internet for free.
I'll tell you, I was absolutely blown away because I'd never heard him play. And when we went over to the Merced Arts Council, I guess it was a couple months ago.
Yeah.
He blew me away.
Red City.
Yes, he blew me away. You know, and Spirits of the Red City were awesome, but he has such a gift for writing really powerful lyrics.
Yeah,
I mean,
it
just
comes
where
to me, too.
where you can just paint a picture in your head. Everything just kind of comes to life. At least for me, it did, and it just, and I don't say that about many people. I mean, he's phenomenal. So I totally.
No, yeah, he's good. He's really good. He was off that night a little bit, but
he was off.
I've seen better shows.
Well, that was the first show that I'd seen, and he was really good.
Man, you should have seen the other ones.
Well, hopefully he'll do another one, and then he won't be off.
He will. He'll only open up the show, though. He doesn't like doing anything else but opening.
Okay. That's all. All he wants to do is open.
He just, I don't know. It's Joey. He just does it the way he does it. It works. It works. Whatever he's doing works. So I can't knock it. We're just like he just wants to write song after song after song, and he's just like, that's what I do, man. I wood shop, man. I just make songs, and I put them in a chest, and then there they are. And I'm like, give me fucking 5 songs in a van, man, and I'm gone. So it's just it's different.
Yeah.
He's
That's
good,
cool.
for sure.
That's cool, man. You really love your family a lot.
I do. Like
That's
I said,
really
I'm lucky,
awesome.
man.
Yeah,
Lucky.
that's cool.
Yeah.
I wish more people had your outlook like that.
I think they do. People just
Because
hide
you're
it.
an optimist.
Well, I'm a realist too, and I think it's a real thing that people love their family. They just argue. If you run into my brother and I, and you see us sitting down for like a business meeting, you do not think that we love each other, but it's the same. It's like we love each other. We're just all hardheads,
No, that's cool. That's cool. Dan was telling me that your grandma Dee Dee and his mom worked together, waitressing at Club. What is it called?
Joaquin Club.
The Joaquin Club.
Oh man, back in the bar days.
Yeah, back in the bar.
When Merced was bars.
Yeah.
And that's about it, like the Rainbow Room and shit like that.
Yeah. And his mom is deceased, but apparently they got along splendidly.
Well,
so.
yeah, people in my family are hard not to get along with. You just have to, look past our, what is it, the Sanchez growl. It's just we always look pissed off.
Really?
Yeah. If you just see us like Staniston, where we just look mad. Just our growl. I think it's like a porcupine's quills.
Is that what it is?
Probably.
Yeah. I don't know. I always thought it was like the size because you're very you sit there and you're very.
Oh.
It took me a while to kind of
Yeah.
How's it going?
Sometimes I just don't like sock people too.
Yeah. No. I get that. I see that. That's cool.
You, however, you like to talk to everybody.
Not as much as you'd think.
It's that quick shit. You've mastered quick shittery.
Yes. Yeah, that is absolutely correct. You nailed it on the head. I have mastered the art of just, and it's not even, it's quick shittery. It's not bullshit. It's not sincere, but it's just very
shooting the shit really quick.
Yes.
Yeah.
I can tell within 30 seconds or not whether I want to have a full conversation with you.
Sometimes you just don't have time, but you can't be that asshole who walks away from somebody.
That's true too, and that's my thing too. I hate to be an asshole.
Yeah.
I hate it.
Yeah, it's not really in my nature either.
Yeah.
But you ever feel like just a total fucking jerk off when you go home at the end of the night and you're like, God damn it, I was out for hours. I did not talk to one person. Like.
You do, but at the same time, you have, I don't know. I think everybody, and I think that you think this too, everybody deserves, almost everybody, deserves to be listened to be, acknowledged, that kind of thing. But there are times where I'm just, like what you said, I don't have the time, and hey, how you doing? Okay, great, But I think it's really important, at least for me, to always remember a name, to always, okay, this was what this person talked to me, even if it was just for 30 seconds, that kind of thing. Because it's just...
I am but a Padawan to your Jedi abilities of quick shittery. Man, I cannot... Names? You're talking about remembering names? And like jobs and shit?
No, I got some years on you, honey. But no, seriously, that it is. But at the same token, I just, there, as much as I like to think that there is more good in people than not, there are a lot of assholes out there. And those are the people that I just, I'm like, I don't have fucking time for you. I don't want to, I don't want to talk to you. So, and I get that from you too. It's just kind of like,
Yeah, but I mean, you're on one way, but you got to be careful, man. You don't want to judge. Who are you to like quick judge somebody?
You're right.
You know? And you're quick judging someone all over someone's face. You're just like, you have to be careful not to do that. That one conversation that you could have with that person, that might be a conversation that just that person takes to heart and like changes their shit. You know?
You're absolutely right, and that's why I reserve it. As far as I mean,
there's definitely some situations.
Yeah, I never let anybody think that that guy's a dick, because I don't know if he was having an off night or whatever, so I totally get that.
An off decade?
Yes. Yeah. Well, the off decade thing, then you're just a dick.
Yeah.
You're just a dick. I'm not.
It's very possible, yeah. A decade long funk, yeah.
That's pushing it for me, RC. I don't know, but yeah, I do.
One side of the bed.
I do. Yeah.
I sleep against the wall.
Yeah. So when you see me, I'm very sincere, and I am very,
It seems like
laughing and just because I do. I mean, I like to. That's one of the reasons why I love doing this show, because I really like to talk to people, but learn about people, and I like to listen. And that's the thing. And that's why I wanted you on, because I notice you listen a lot more than you talk. There's
a lot more to learn by listening.
And I agree.
I don't have a lot to say, really.
You got tons to say.
Well, sure, I got a lot to say, but why am I going to say it?
Because people want to know.
Yeah, a lot of the stories are, I don't know. I just, like, my brother collects his songs, I collect my stories, and I'll share them, but really, shit, who wants to hear them?
I do.
Yeah?
Yeah. No, so what, tell me what, maybe we give me another drink, please.
Maybe we give me another drink, too.
What beer are you drinking?
IPA, please.
Thank you.
Of the Speakeasy side.
The Speakeasy side. Awesome. So what's like one of your all-time favorite stories? Doesn't matter if you're a kid, if it's now, if it was yesterday.
This one was, so we're playing Alolia Wolof, the show this band that I was in. We were playing in Houston, Texas, at this place called Super Happy Funland, right?
How long ago was this?
It's like, I don't know, 3 years ago?
Okay.
Something like that.
Okay. Super Happy Funland. Super Happy Funland.
And it
sounds like a Chinese restaurant.
Maybe no, it used to be a church.
Okay, actually. But that's a little bit even.
No, I'm just like, this is just the tip of the iceberg, man. Okay, so we get this show and we go and we load in. I got the lead from this other band called The Dead Science, which is just an outstanding like just crazy band from Seattle. But I get the lead from Sam, who's the singer of that band. He tells me about this place called Super Happy Funland. You gotta be weary of any place that you like. Not the name. There's some fucked up names out there, but so, anyways, any place that books you like within like 20 minutes, I just like send an email, it's just like, yeah, you can have a date. I should have been right then. I should have been like, maybe I should look around Houston more, and see if there's more places to play. But anyways, so we're on tour. This is about 3 weeks in or something like that. We're heading out. The night before we didn't have a show, so we camped out in Texarkana and then headed south down to Houston. We get to Super Happy Funland, we load in, and there's so when we walk in, it looks like you're in a nursery, like a children's
romper room.
Yeah, there's like baskets of toys and there's like a couch, but it's all like DIY punk house kind of style, so everything's just a little fucked up, like there's like, the baby doll's got a mohawk and stuff like that, and like the coloring books have got like all the people have anarchy signs on their foreheads, and it's so we're like, oh, whatever, really, it could be a great place,
right?
Obviously people go there,
sure.
So we load in, and where we load into is just the place where people play is on this stage, and this back room is just full of pews, because that used to be like the church. And so we load in, we set up, and then a couple bands play, and then it's our turn to play. But before we play, Amber, who played bass, and I, and I think the whole band, we went out in the back, in the backyard area, because there's a backyard to this place. And in this backyard, there's these trees, right? There's trees, and in the trees there's just all these like stuffed animals and shit like hanging from trees, and there's like, trains and shit, and like the bark on the side. Trippy ass place, right?
Yeah.
You know why this place is so trippy?
Why the fuck?
Ever heard of salvia?
Yes, of course. So
Well,
everybody was on salvia?
They were like distributors of the shit, the people who own this, and so
Super Happy Funland.
Super Happy Funland, right? So then they're offering us salvia, and we're just all, no, that's cool. Like, we don't, you know, and they're like, why, man, it only takes 5 minutes. And there's another story about that, and what we ended up doing with that salvia. But we didn't do it. I don't do things like that. I honestly don't.
No, I don't either.
So then we're sitting outside, and it's Houston, and you were in San Antonio.
Yeah,
so
I know.
You know about torrential downfall.
Of course.
So we're sitting there, and it's just fine, you know. Then all of a sudden, it just starts dumping. It just starts dumping and dumping and dumping, and we're soaked. And we're just sitting through it because we're already at this breaking point of the tour where we're just like, everybody's kind of pissed off at each other or whatever. And it was just...
That's Super Happy Fucking
And that's Super Happy Funland. So, dude, I'm not even at the highlight of the story. So then we go in, we play our show, we're just soaking wet. And then after that, we were like, well, where are we going to stay? And they're like, oh, just stay here in the, I don't know what they called it, the main room or whatever. So we were sleeping on pews. Well, early in the morning, we left everything set up the night before, so we were going to break down in the morning. Well, early in the morning, probably about 4 o'clock, something like that in the morning, I wake up and I have to use the bathroom. I have to go take a piss. And so I just like, I go into the bathroom and whatever, I go to the bathroom. Then I go up to the sink and I go like that and the sink falls off the fucking wall, right? And there's water like squirting, squirting out of the fucking wall and shit. And I'm like, oh my God, and like the whole roll of toilet paper is gone like in a second. And so then I'm like, oh my God, you know, I'm so lucky that my brother's here, you know? He can fix anything, you know? And so I go and like, Joey, you gotta wake up. Joey, wake up, come here. You need to see something. He's like, what the fuck? What did you do? He comes into the bathroom, stands there with his hands on his hips, all groggy. He's like, wake up, Brian. We need to load up and get the fuck out of here. So it's pitch black, and we're like loading up all this shit. And it's still like pouring down rain, so we're like, we have this line and like this luggage bag that we have that we're trying to like guard all the gear with as we load it out. And you know, we just left so we loaded everything out really quiet, except we had this one girl with us that was so loud, and we were like, so-and-so, I don't remember her name, so-and-so, you need to wake up, you need to be quiet. What? She's just yelling, and I'm like, oh my God, just be quiet, be quiet.
We're just ready to flood the damn place.
We knew better, and so she actually stayed, and we like didn't wake her up until we were all loaded out and ready to go. So then we were leaving, we're loading out, and we left a little note that said, you know, thanks for the hospitality and for letting us play, and it's an amazing venue. Thanks for the salvia. P.S. I think your seat gets broke.
Shit. Did you hear from them?
No. But that was it.
And what did you do with the salvia?
Oh, we met a band in Austin like the next night, and we were talking to them out and back. And it was just this band was just this. It was a trio. It wasn't a duo. It was 2 main people, and we were talking to them backstage. They were talking about how they took 30 days out of their lives, and for 30 days, every day they tried a different drug. You know,
right.
And I was like, that's crazy because we have salvia. Have you ever done that? And they're like, no, I have never done that. And I was like, yeah, I guess it's just this crazy intense high. You smoke it like weed or something, and it just blows your mind for like 5 minutes. And this chick, total badass, just looks at me and she goes, shit, I got 5 minutes. Fucking. We're friends to this day. Like since then, right then. Yeah.
Did it blow her mind? Did she smoke it?
I don't know.
Like
I didn't ask her. The other shit we threw out the window before we hit the border.
I don't blame you. I would have done the same thing.
Even though it's legal. Thanks, man.
Where did you play in Austin?
One time we played at the Flamingo Cantina, and then we played at the Mohawk. There's another place. I think we've been there. We only went there twice or three times. But then I went there with Rademacher. With Rademacher, we played at the String South by Southwest. We played like 4 or 5 times.
Oh wow!
So that was like
like big time.
It was fun.
And big time.
Big time pain in the ass.
It is big time, big pain in the ass, but that's like considered big time.
Yeah.
I mean, I think now all over, but even back then, like Texas, it was like, wow.
Yeah, it's huge. Mm-hmm. It's huge. Yeah. But
you fight for tickets.
You fight for parking. Like that's the whole festival. The whole festival is parking. Like that's all you do. You drive around and you park.
Yeah.
And then the other part of the festival is loading in your gear.
Yeah.
And then you go and play a show, and you're playing a show you play for like 20 minutes or 30 minutes, you know, and then you bail, and then you got to go load up, and then you got to go move your car.
Yeah.
And then, but it was nice because we were official, because there's official bands and there's unofficial bands.
You were official.
We were official, so official bands is like, You get wristbands. They have artist tents like all over the area where you can, it's just for bands. There's like food and drinks and yeah. You get free JanSport backpacks and shit.
Really?
Yeah, Square. You know Square. You slide your
I know this. I know Square.
Like,
I don't think of JanSport.
Squares.
Like JanSport. Bands.
The backpack.
Yeah, I know. I know exactly what it is. Do you carry your JanSport around? Yeah, I didn't think so.
It's got a cool patch on the side though. It says official performer or whatever. Awesome. I got 3 of them. Mike sold his though.
Did he?
Yeah, for like $20. I told him, man, I would give you 30.
That was a deal. That's cool.
No,
the Flamingo, I was there years ago, and Gibby from the Butthole Surfers used to hang out there. But he was elusive too. And so I was in there one time and just sitting there, and this guy comes up and he sits next to me and he's like, "Can I buy you a drink?" And I looked and I was like, "Yes, you may. You may buy me several drinks." And
you were fucking
Gibby.
Gibby, bro. You can do whatever you want right now.
That was the most awesome thing ever.
And that was at the Flamingo?
Yeah, I was at the Flamingo. Yeah. Austin. I love Austin.
I do too. I think it's a great place.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah. I mean, it was only like an hour away from San Antonio, and so you know, I mean, that was a weekend trip. You know, pretty on a regular basis when I was younger.
Yeah.
You know, when you get older, it's just kind of a pain in the ass. And so you get old and you're like, oh, it's like you choose the fucking parking.
Right.
Shit.
Yeah, unless you have a reason to go there.
Exactly.
That's with me. Like I don't like going anywhere unless I'm playing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's it. Like I don't like going on vacations. I just don't like it. I think it's great. Like I really want to see some shit in Europe, but I'd rather go and play some music there. You know, and so. David Dondero, who is this awesome songwriter. David Dondero has been writing for a long time. Tremendous person. He told me once it was when Ilya Wolof was playing at Noise Pop, and we were playing a show with him, and he came out and he was like, "I'm going overseas." And I was like, "What, dude? That's right on. That's badass." He's like, "Yeah, I told myself that I'd only go there if my music took me there, and I'm going." And now he's been there like 6 or 7 times or something.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's my goal. You know.
Yeah, that's cool.
You know, Eiffel Tower would be cool. I'd rather play at the dingy place down the street.
Exactly.
If there is one down the street from the Eiffel Tower.
I'm sure there's some dingy things.
I'm sure there's dingy
still
things
like
all over Paris.
I was gonna say, I'm sure there's the equal of like speakeasies around there.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never been to Europe, and that's a place I'd like to go to. But I'm kind of the same way you are. I kind of like sticking around, you know, unless I got, you know, someplace to be.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm just getting old and curmudgeon-y, but or maybe I'm just like really loving Merced a lot. I don't know what that is. Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I think you should adjust that though. I mean, that's one of the perks of being in Merced is you're so close to so much cool shit.
I know, and that's the thing. You know, it's like, wow. I mean, we're, you know, obviously close to the city. You know, we're close to the capital. We're close to Yosemite. I mean, it's everywhere. You know, and it is. But it's just. I don't know. I mean, I'm kind of I like the community around here. I mean, I really, really do.
Yeah.
It's just, you know, I like that. I've never had that sense of community because I've always been from big cities.
Right.
And coming here and being able to walk down Main and knowing, you know, half of the people.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, that's great.
And so that's kind of, I think, you know, I've been very enamored with that whole concept, that whole kind of Bedford Falls, you know, just with, well, I guess it would be more like Pottersville. I'm talking about It's a Wonderful World. It's a Wonderful Life. It's a Wonderful Life. No, I was thinking Bedford Falls because that was like the great thing, but then Pottersville was the city that would have happened if George Bailey was never born.
Oh yeah, okay.
And it was a slamming city, but it was small, and that's what this kind of reminds me of. At least on a Friday night, I'm like, it's kind of like Pottersville. So but anyway, I'm going off tangent. So.
Tangents are good. They lead you in the right direction.
Yeah.
What was the word I just heard that I really like? It's not a new word that I mean, it's an old word, but Galavanting.
I like Galavanting too.
Right? I was always stuck for so long, and maybe it's just the way that, like, I'm, you know, my shit's adjusting, like, the way I'm changing or whatever. But I used to like to meander, you know, and I like that word. And then I just fell in love with the word saunter, you know, and then I friend Grace, I saw her up at this festival that I just worked at, and she said Galavanting. I was like, I'm gonna start fucking gallivanting. That's the way to get around. That's the way to do it. You know, it's like
you're having fun with a purpose.
Yeah,
gallivanting.
I have no more time for sauntering
or meandering.
Nor meandering. Yeah, like it's all about gallivanting right now.
Yeah, that's so funny. Yeah, because I say that all the time, and Dan will look at me like, what the fuck? What are you reading? What Chaucer book have you read? You know, I'm like, no, you know, it's like gallivanting. You know, hey. I like that word too. I'm a word person though. Yeah. I like strange words that I use over and over again. Yeah. And he looks at me like I'm a freak.
So are you a Dr. Seuss fan then?
I'm a huge Dr. Seuss fan.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Those are some of the best words ever.
Yeah. Huge Dr. Seuss fan. Yeah, huge Dr. Seuss fan, and a huge, on the other end of the spectrum, a huge J.R.R. Tolkien fan, because he made up a whole different language, I think, you know, to be able to look and go, what the fuck is an orc? What is this, you know? And same with Dr. Seuss, so it's just like other side of the spectrum. So I love that. I always wonder, like, where does that imagination come from? Where can you just fucking make up something like that?
That's
like just a new word that sticks. Yeah. That sticks, and then everybody, oh yeah, I know. Yeah. I don't know how that works. But that's pretty cool. I never did the Tolkien. That's the like Lord of the Rings. Yeah. Stuff, right? Yeah. Never read those or anything. Yeah. It was pretty intense. I'm a big nerd, so I make Lord of the Rings. You know, I mean, I read the books, but Star Wars. I mean, I remember seeing Star Wars in '76 when it first opened, and just that first like spaceship flew over. Yeah, and I'm thinking, oh my god, that is the most fucking coolest thing ever. But then like the battle, like the bigger, like the. Oh right. And I went, holy shit. Yeah. So what are your thoughts on the new ones, part 1, 2, and 3? Really? Yeah. Now the second one I like, the Attack of the Clones. Yeah. That was okay. The Attack of the Clones, I really liked. I think what redeemed that, I have a huge Boba Fett crush. Yeah. Huge. Oh, and so the coolest costume out of anybody. Huge, yeah. So when Jango Fett and Obi-Wan had that epic fight on that planet, that was awesome. Yeah. That was like, that redeemed the whole movie for me. Right. I was like, okay, that's cool. I love it. It's been redeemed. Yeah. But I just, you know, the Anakin guy. Oh, what? Yeah, what's his Christian or Hayden Hayden Christensen. Hayden Christensen. Yeah, wasn't that a bad idea to hire that guy to do that shit? Could they not fucking hire somebody better? Anybody, man. And then the like kid Nicolas in the Cage first one, done better job. He could have. He could have done it. He could have. It could have been like fucking Ghost Rider meets like Anakin. Yeah, and he wasn't. Or the guy from, what's that, Moonstruck? Yeah, exactly. So I was always thinking to myself, what the fuck? You just ruined it. You ruined it. Right. No, that guy was really bad. And then they had one of the scenes that bugs me. I mean, the whole Jar Jar thing, I just passed that over. Like, whatever. It's just Jar Jar. It could be really annoying, but at the same time, there's fucking Ewoks, you know. I mean, then there's Ewoks, and it's like, oh, like, so it's like that was the thing that got kids, and then like so the CGI thing was big, so like, oh, let's make it like a Jar Jar guy. And they could have just changed it by not making him sound like a fucking jackass. Right. Why the fuck did they do that? But the part in that movie that pisses me off the most, I think, that pisses in the first one, part 1, is the pod race scene. And in the pod race scene, they got the announcers that are like announcing it, and they're just like, and they sound like two guys doing NASCAR. Yeah. And I'm just like, really? Like, come on, Lucas. What's the guy's name? David. What was the radio announcer that from the run? Who was that guy that always announced like sports and stuff? God, there's so many of them. Al Michaels? Who was it? He was an old guy. Sorry, I'm talking to Dan, my Madden, producer. No, it wasn't John Madden. It was. Hey, no. Do you know on Better Off Dead? On Better Off Dead, when the two Japanese guys are always like taunting. This is going to be a race to remember. Yeah.
Like Kurt Gowdy, like from the old.
No, I don't know, but I know exactly what you're talking about. That drove me crazy. And you know what? Another thing that drove me crazy is that George Lucas made those goddamn like freaking alien things and made them with slant eyes, and they talk fucking Chinese. Like they talk like with those accents. Yeah, that's wild too. I was like, what the fuck is that? It's true. It was crazy. It's like, how racist can you be, George? Come on now. That was like not good. No, straight up. Man. It wasn't good. No. You know, so that's why. I mean, really, at the same time, we're sitting in the back of a bar. We're talking about this shit. He had to do something right because, you know. He's making like $400 million. And we're like, cheers. Yeah, like, no, I know. No, actually, it was epic. And I'm telling you, like it really shaped the first, you know, A New Hope, Empire, and Return. I think that really, in a very sad way, that shaped a lot of, I think, who I am, like from kid up, because it just was so epic. And it wasn't like, oh, you know, I want to be Luke Skywalker, or oh, I want to be, well, maybe, but it was more along the lines of, damn, how could somebody bring this shit to life? You know, how could somebody do that, and how could somebody make these, like, I remember watching a documentary about it and how they were having like the blaster scenes and how they'd have these like guys just go around with like freaking tools and bang on like, you know, like utility poles and all this shit to make the noises, and it was like, how do you, again, like just making up words again, how the fuck do you do that? That's awesome. And that's a sound now that everybody really, oh, that's a blaster sound, or oh, that's a lightsaber. Really? Yeah,
they like more than words.
Yeah.
God, that just reminded me of that horrible song by The Extreme, More Than Words.
Oh, that's a
word. Yeah. Sorry, homie, I just got that shit in your head. Which
and
makes
you
me
just
another
did.
one. In your head.
Yeah. You just did. Fuck, you just.
Bam.
Yeah, I was
bam,
gonna say
bam.
you extreme rolled me and you cranberry rolled me.
Hell yeah.
I didn't like it. No. Yeah.
I'll take it back.
Yeah. When's your softball game?
9.
Okay, cool. So you still have time.
Yeah.
All right. Are you getting bored yet?
No. You can be done if you want. I mean, I'll just sit here for hours. I don't really care.
No, it's cool.
What does Awanichi mean?
Awani is Yosemite, and Awanichi is people of Awani, so it's people of Yosemite. It's Miwok Indian. It's like Miwok and the Mono and the Paiute, like Chief Tenaya's people. After they got kicked out, like forced out of Yosemite, and they went back in, they pretty much just, they just were murderers. They were savages.
You just took over. They're like,
took
fuck
over,
this. You
like,
took our land. We're gonna bring it back.
Yeah, we're gonna take our land back.
Yeah.
So Awanichi is people of Awani.
Awanichi.
Yeah.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah.
I like that. Thanks for asking that.
How does that relate to your band?
I'm Miwok Indian, so I'm Yosemite Valley Miwok. So yeah, that's just something I've always, I don't know, been infatuated with.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
I'm here to fuck shit up. Man. I'm here to fuck shit up, man.
Okay, no.
Just relax.
In a good way.
Yeah.
Don't fuck it up in a good way.
I'll play my acoustic guitar and fuck some shit up, man. Sing about like birds and shit.
When are you gonna play again?
Tomorrow in Fresno, and then Friday in Reno, and Saturday in Knights Ferry.
Wow. Where in Fresno tomorrow?
Fresno Brewing Company.
Okay.
It's with Nilo. Did you see Nilo Smeds? He played the show with me, I think, either with myself or they played Joey's show.
I think I may have been.
He played with me. It was yeah.
No,
But anyways, I'm playing with him. He's been a friend for a long time. And
awesome.
So I'm gonna go down to Fresno and play. It's like a post art hop type of thing.
Cool.
In Fresno.
And in Reno?
We're playing Buster Blue at this place called St. James Infirmary.
Awesome.
Buster Blue, they've been friends, I met them in Reno when Aloli Wolof played in Reno some years ago, and then I had them come to town, and then we went back and forth, made a friendship.
That's cool. That's cool.
And then on Saturday in Knights Ferry, that's for Sheether Fest 3. Okay, there's something. Sheether Fest. This guy named Dave Sheether.
Okay.
Okay, the thing is, you have to understand about a lot of these people in Oakdale and in Knights Ferry, right? And it sounds like they say something.
They like the medieval, like.
No, they're just crazy, and they are down to do anything for any reason.
Okay.
So there's this guy is coming to the United States, and he comes to the United States once a year. So they throw a music festival for him, and that's just like this is the thing.
They grow salvia up there.
And where?
Oakdale.
Oh, I don't
Knights
know.
Ferry. Yeah, I was
you
just
gotta grow something up there.
Yeah, I think so.
Grow some badass musicians up there.
They do.
Yeah.
They absolutely do.
Yeah.
I like Knights Ferry.
I do too. It's small.
I think it's cool. You know, yeah, but they're very. I don't know. They like their like medieval festivals and.
Do they have one of those there?
Don't they? Didn't we kind of go to one?
It makes sense.
It was medieval.
It wasn't medieval.
No. I was like.
Maybe I was on salvia. I don't know.
It was antique.
I don't know.
It's like you're like a metal person going to the Partisan. All you think we play is folk music. It's like, oh man, yeah, you guys play folk.
That's
right?
not true. No. I don't know. For some reason, I have it in my head that they're like into the medieval festivals, but I could be completely wrong. But I love that. I love the quaintness, and it's still, pretty and kind of outside of the city. And
there's this guy named Rick up there has his little bar called Rick's Saloon. It's cool.
Yeah.
Spot. He's got hats, like trucker hats, and just like it's just covered. I mean, it's about the size of this room, and it's just covered, like the whole thing. And it's cool. And Rick, the bartender, he'll just like, if you're playing, because it's kind of place where you just go and you play guitar or whatever, and you cipher, which is just ciphering is just you. It's like a term used in hip hop and in folk.
Right.
But then he'll just pick up his harp and he'll just start playing with you, as you're playing.
Well, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And he's a Giants fan, so you can always watch a Giants game there.
You can always do that. Yeah, that's cool. Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Man. Well, we'll wrap it up. But man, it was great talking to you. See, this is why I love doing this kind of stuff, because you get to learn stuff from you that you're always so damn busy. I never get to sit down with you and talk.
Gotta stay busy, man.
I know.
Don't want to let the mind wander. Who knows where that fucker will end up?
No, I can't tell you just, number one, how much I admire you and how much, and I know, it's everybody. I do. I get that. But you and your brother and your business partner for keeping this open. As far as I'm concerned, this is a landmark. This is where Dan and I had, one of our first dates when he brought me back, when it was Rudy's. And it just, I was devastated when it closed down. So,
Me too.
Yeah. So
I wanted to buy this place before Rudy bought it. But
I'm so glad that you did.
well, I got to do the Minzer for a couple years, so it was all right. It worked out.
And that's cool too. But I just, there's a part of me, not even being from Merced, that, my heart's here. And again, opening it up to Chente, just all of my heart now is here.
Right.
So thank you so much for everything that you do, and I just wish you nothing but success. And
Radical.
Yeah.
Well, and the same shit to you, huh?
Oh, thanks.
I'm gonna
All right.
smoke a cigarette.
Good. Smoke a cigarette. See ya.